Disclaimer, this video is going to be extremely cringy, boring, and we had to rush it out at the last minute. But the cringy and boring part is probably because it's a school project. But anyways, cue the intro. Hey guys, today we're talking about William Howard Taft and his role as president.
Before we start, we have to go over the requirements in order to be president in the first place, along with the term limits.
In order to be president, you must be 35 years of age, you must have been a United States citizen for 14 years, and you have to have been an export citizen. Presidents also have a limit of 2 to 8 years, depending on how long they decide to run for president.
Now let's get to the actual information about William Howard Taft.
William Howard Taft was the 27th President of the United States. He was also the 10th Chief Justice of the U.S., which makes him one of the only people to hold both offices, and one of his biggest traits was his weight. He was 300 pounds and got stuck in a bathtub. He was president from March 4th, 1909 to March 4th, 1913.
There are certain rules a president has to fulfill, and today Luke and I are going to figure out how Taft fits into these roles with an example of each. The first role is Chief of State.
The Chief of State is the titular head of a nation as distinct from the head of the government.
Taft fit into this role by being the president and the leader of the country.
Another role includes Chief Executive, the term for the president as vested executive powers of the United States. Taft fit this role by investigating postal rates. Taft assumed something was up, so he decided to check the postal rates to cut them down if necessary.
The third role is Chief Administrator. The Chief Administrator is the term for the president as head of the administration of the federal government. The way Taft fit into the role was by firing Guilford Pinchot, who was an ally of Roosevelt.
The fourth role is Chief Diplomat. The purpose of the Chief Diplomat is for the president to be the main architect of foreign policy and the spokesperson to other countries. And Taft fit this role by negotiating with China. The purpose of foreign policy is to make deals with other countries, and Taft made a deal with China for both countries' safeties.
The fifth role is Commander-in-Chief, which is the term for the president as commander of the nation's armed forces. He fit the role by enforcing dollar diplomacy, which was a form of American foreign policy to further its aims in Latin America and East Asia through the use of its economic power by guaranteeing loans made to foreign countries.
Sixth role is Chief Legislator, which means the president as an architect of public policy and for the one who serves the agenda for Congress. And Taft fulfilled this role by proposing to the Congress a 2% income of all corporations except banks. He decided to tax all corporations for equality except banks because that's where we get our money from.
The seventh role is Party Chief. Party Chief is to supervise the work performed by surveying groups in the field. Taft fulfilled this role by establishing the Children's Bureau to protect the rights of children.
The final role is Chief Citizen. Chief Citizen is the term for the president as the representative of the people, working for public interest. Taft filled this role in by making there be a dissolution of Standard Oil. He ended Standard Oil so it'd be fair for businesses who sold oil.
Luke and I hope you learned something. If you liked the video, make sure to like and share the video. Feel free to leave a comment with constructive criticism. And last but not least, subscribe. Thanks for watching.